game fail scene 011 English dub here with a goddamn script rewrite. For those who want to know, the PC I got decided it was going to say fuck you and die in under a month. I got a new computer instantly after that. So, whatever, right? Anyways, bad tier listing video aside, it's time for me to rank the games from worst to best. There is 10 games that I have officially played. Whenever I hit from say terrible to meh in the ranking, I will mention that before stating the next game, so let's get this thing started. Oh, and one more thing, by the way. I'm not putting Victory Road in these rankings, because what we've seen in the beta is much different than the final game, as Hino is showing major work. Margin the Hand and God Catch look stunning, I will not lie. Anyway! Now, this is the worst of the worst. 10th place. Can you guess what it is? It's Inazuma 11 SD. It's in the mobile phone gacha game. Why is every mobile phone game a gacha game? Like, no, seriously. Every game that's usually from an anime series always has a gacha mechanic. And I think it's bullshit. And we need to stop this. But no one's going to stop. Anyways, this game's pull rates are so bad that it even rivals certain other gacha games. Plus, Inazuma 11-3 had a gacha mechanic. Fun game. Galaxy had a gacha mechanic. Fun game. So what the happened here? Because I can assure you the game isn't really fun either. It's about figurines and and, whatever. The story was just season 1 as well. I think later we got another season, but I was long gone when that point hit. Also, that wheel system. The whole game revolved around spinning a wheel. For example, the highest and lowest chances you could get in an online match is 93% to 7%. If the other side is extremely lucky, and they have the low chance, they could end up saving the ball. That actually happened to me, and I felt like for time because I actually, honestly, should have lost. Like, 100%. With that, though, the game died pretty quick, with only being up for like 10 to 12 months! Jesus, man. So I guess that can explain why it's, like, rated the worst game. So, yeah, let's move on. 9th place goes to the OG Go games. Not because of the story, because the story's mid. For those who played the OG Go games, I need to just say one short sentence. Mission in matches. I guess I should explain for those who want to know what that means. There was missions in each main story match that you needed to complete. These can be performed through passes and stuff like that. Road, you won't complete the missions? Don't worry! You won't lose points and time doesn't move at all. Like, you could be like, sitting there, twiddling your thumbs, the clock don't move. So, yeah, this was a stupid and dumb idea. And I am so glad we got a much better system in the newer games. There is missions in Victory Road, but I think there's stuff much more capable than, well, the OG Go games. I kind of tapped out in the Will-O-the-Wisp shot match because of how ridiculous it was getting. Anyways, onwards! Now we are entering the bad territory. 8th place goes to Inazuma 11-1 for the DS. Holy shit, does this game make you suffer. Yes, so, you know a cult? Inazuma 11-1 basically locks you into overleveling all your characters to be able to stand a chance. What makes it so hard, you may ask? And I have a one-word answer for you. Kevin! You need to get the ball to Kevin and score a goal. I don't know what that was right there. If you haven't scored a goal after Ghost Lock hits, you've lost. Don't even try. I don't think I don't think really anyone got 2 points in the second half to fix the score. Not only that, a lot of players have defensive moves to steal the ball off of Kevin. You know, the guy you gotta get to the goal. And that's making it really difficult to get through. But you know what? After that match, guess how many times I lost? Just guess. 0! I was so over leveled that I could just run from the majority of the 4-on-4 matches and still win. The closest I got to in losing was Royal Academy, but I lucked out in penalty shootouts, making my grand total a whopping 1 loss in the entire game. The balance was a massive issue, and since the cult is in Victory Road, I am interested in seeing how they fix that. If you want to know something else too, the average amount of times I have lost in an Inazuma 11 game is about 3 to 4 or 5 times. It's not massive, but there's been times. I only lost once in Inazuma 11 1. I'm hoping that paints the picture for you. Anyways, 7th goes to, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but OG Inazuma 11 Strikers. You know, the one that had the official dub. Look, I understand if people like it, but my reason stands like this. 1, the English voices actually get annoying after a while when they repeat the same thing over and over again. For example, like, this is, I will stop it. And Tori's, that's mine. They are forever etched in my brain and I can't get them out. And 2, honestly, I didn't know that shot blocking was in the game. Seriously, I have never experienced a single shot block once in the amount I played. And I think I went through a majority of it. Yeah, I went to the question mark tournament. I just really didn't like OG Strikers much at all. Which sucks because it's like the only English Strikers we ever got. Moving on. We are now in the decent/good category now. So I decided to meld decent and good together because that way I don't have to constantly say it. Either way, for 6 I'm going to have to give Inazuma 11 3 Bomb Blast and Lightning Bolt. Why these ones? What about Ogre? I'll get to that. Anyways, I give it a decent rating because I honestly could sit down and play these and not dislike it. They were fun to me. But honestly, it's the 3rd season too. I saw season 3 was good. But you know, the games always have their main differences from the anime. And yeah, I can't really say much more. For 5th, it's more in the good area, but I'll give it to Inazuma 11 too. Now, the game is good, don't get me wrong. I even played Firestorm after finishing Blizzard to get the differences. But some of it was a tad bit annoying. For example, you still have to get the ball to a certain person, otherwise you can end up losing the match. Though the upside is you don't receive a game over. You just get the option to challenge them again. Or in a situation of the training room, you gotta go through the whole training again to fight the Valen. Either way, it's a fun game, and I enjoy it. Onwards! Why did I say onwards like that? 4th is Inazuma 11 3, Team Ogre Attack. Here it is! And this is a really good game. First of all, you get Team Ogre appearing in the middle of the FFI, which gave me the theory of, they fought Season 3 mark first. Second, Callan permanently joined you in the post-game. This is the best game ever made. I'm sorry. And third, well, as one Inatuber above me once said, Team Ogre is the platinum of Inazuma 11. There's a whole future section of the game's post-game, giving you Omega the Hand and Prime Legend. During the Heaven and Hell post-game phase, you don't need to link your game for the fused team. Thank God! And of course, during the post-game, you can access the gacha machine, and in the English game, you can get the characters from previous games. But you can most likely do that gacha thing in most games. But hey, it's also just fun. But you know, that's just me. Now we are on to the great amazing category for the final 3. Here we go. Third is Inazuma 11 Ghost Strikers 2013. Oh my god, this game is a blast. I love the whole beat the team and you can scout them. Also, I just love this one. Strikers 2013 is the game I actually spent a good chunk of time on. Even the whole point of playing the teams on their hardest difficulty to try and 100% this game. The only issue I had is I couldn't complete it. Computer issues. I even enjoyed the xtreme mod. The game is a blast. Seriously, if you haven't played Strikers 2013, it's in Japanese, but I could play it from start to finish, so I'm sure it's possible. There's also an English patch apparently too, so take that for what you will. Anyways, let's move on. Second is Chrono Stone. I know everyone was probably expecting this to be a number one for fair reasons, but honestly, there's another game that kind of just did one thing. Anyways, don't get me wrong, this game was a blast to play in, and that advancement gauge, woo! They took criticism and made it much better. Mixie-Max is here, and Armify is here. Basically all the new things Chrono Stone had, even with a good chunk of post-game apparently. But the reason why I put it into was because of that post-game thing. I couldn't beat Legend Japan Gate to initiate the post-game story, so I never really experienced that part. But the main story is Chrono Stone. If you know my thoughts on Chrono Stone, you know how much I love that story. It was really enjoyable. Even Enaling, or whatever the they call it, I loved that too. Like, seriously, I loved seeing all of the other little interactions the other players have with their spare time, like Goldie trying to figure out what's under Jude's goggles or some crap like that, or Jude's goggles or something like that. You know, it was great stuff. But yeah, there's another game I liked, just only a smidge better than Chrono Stone. And it's, you won't believe it. First is Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy. It's so... You know what? People have their statements about Galaxy's story. I have an unpopular opinion of me liking Galaxy. Now, it's nowhere near OG Season 2 or even Chrono Stone. Far from it. But it's so good that I didn't mind the story. Honestly, this would have been rated lower if things didn't make an English patch for it. You were a legend for it. Oh my god, I enjoy this game more since I understand it now. The post-game story is just prove that you're strong enough to marry my daughter, Victor. But it's all the other stuff. Not just the competition routes, otherwise Chrono Stone would have been first. It's the sheer amount of everything. You can go to the path. You can Mixie-Max. You can even use fighting spirits throughout the main story. Trust me, the game is really fun. And like I said, there's only one by a smidge. A little hair off. But yeah. Now at the end of all of this, it's all my opinion. And hell, it could even change if I pick up Chrono Stone again in order to change my ranking. It'll only need to be a little bit in order to surpass Galaxy. But yeah, I think that's all I need to say in this video. Thank you all for listening, and I'll see you all next time. Laters!